To help us understand more about the latest treatments that people who test positive for COVID-19, as well as the race for vaccine and everything that is associated with that, we bring in Yahoo Finance correspondent Anjalee Khemlani. She's got the latest for us on those issues. Anjalee?
Thanks, Adam. Yep. So just to recap, obviously the focus of the day is President Trump testing positive for the coronavirus, and what that means in terms of his likelihood of getting the worst possible version of this case, a more severe case. And so as of right now, many health experts are saying that we are still in the early days because he has just been tested. We don't know at what point he was infected. And so looking forward, that really does increase, the likelihood that he could get a worst case based on his age, his weight, and the fact that he is in fact a man. And so all of these really do play into the factors of what we should be watching for. Right now, as it stands, while there hasn't been any drug that has been fully approved aside from remdesivir, we are hearing a lot from experts who say that dexamethasone is one of those that was recently tested and showed pretty good results in trials. But as it stands, the president is sort of in the same bag as everyone else, where there isn't necessarily anything very effective to treat with right now. And so we're still waiting to hear more on what the treatment protocol is in fact going to be for him. Meanwhile, we also know that when it comes to just the statistics and how they play out, on that point of waiting to see whether or not he does in fact need hospitalization, what those other treatments, like the ones that are in experimental phases like monoclonal antibodies, what the potential is for him to be enrolled in a trial like that. Many health experts I've talked to say it is unlikely that he will be, because it is more dangerous to use an experimental treatment on him. But we also know that he has a history of doing that when he had admitted to taking hydroxychloroquine before it was authorized. So waiting to see and hear a lot more as, of course, the day goes on.
And Anjalee, just to remind folks of the dangerousness of this disease to older people in particular, what are the latest statistics in terms of the people who have gotten it? How many have been over a certain age? How many of them have been hospitalized? How many of them, unfortunately, have died? Do we have those numbers?
Yes, we do. So first point to note is that of this more than 7.2 million people that have got this, 40% end up with milder cases. So that's something to note, is that across the board, right, we have a sort of a lower risk there. And then to the point of the hospitalizations, definitely within the older age group is where we've seen those higher rates of hospitalizations. And that additional factor of the president being overweight, though on the lower end of that BMI index, he does still qualify as having sort of that underlying factor that could put him in there. And we also know that 8 out of 10 individuals that have tested positive have died, who are 65 years or older. So all that put together really does sort of play into sort of the really big concerns that we have about what the next couple days is going to look like for the president. I did speak to one health expert who said, even if he continues to have mild symptoms for the next couple of days, we shouldn't yet breathe a sigh of relief, and we do have to wait about a week to really know for sure where his sickness takes him.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.